Hi guys, this video is on factoring a perfect square trinomial. Because this is a trinomial, you can technically use the method in the last video, which is multiplying a times c and figuring out what multiplies to that and adds to b. That works here as well. It's just that if you happen to recognize this form and have this form memorized, it just tends to make it a whole lot easier. It's less work that you have to do if you recognize it. So it's a great method to use if you know it. But you have to have the form memorized. So what we're looking for to know that we have a perfect square trinomial is obviously 3 terms for a trinomial, and we're checking to see that the first term and the last term are perfect squares. Which means that if I take the square root of this first term, I will have a 4p, and if I take the square root of this last term, I'll have 5q. So those are both perfect squares. In order to truly verify that this is a perfect square trinomial, we should check the middle term as well. When we take the square root of the first and last terms and multiply them together, so 4p times 5q is 20pq, and then multiply by 2, we get 40pq, which is what we have here. So this is in fact a perfect square trinomial. In order to factor this, it's really easy. We just take, again, the square root of the first term. So square root of 16 is 4. Square root of p squared is p. The sign of the middle term comes down and matches the sign in between the two terms of our factored form. So negative and negative, positive and positive. So this will be negative. Square root of the last term, square root of 25 is 5. And square root of q squared is q. And then that whole binomial will be squared, and that's your factored form.